Hello guys, Mod the Galaxy Boy here. Today we are back with how to build remaster. So I recently did following my own how to builds. I'll make another one soon, but this is a remaster series, so I'm gonna redo them. The difference is that following my own how to builds, I try to recreate it exactly and see if it's helpful. This one, I'm redoing it so it's way better now that I'm way better at building. And the first one we are starting with was the one I did a long time ago, Dark Riddle. So let's get started. Since it's basically kind of just a knockoff of Hello Neighbor, we are going to make it a similar style. So the main blocks we're going to need are cobblestone, smooth quartz block, red concrete, oak planks, birch stairs, birch fence, dark oak door, and glass. That's for the beginning of the outside. The original, actually, it was before the house redesign, so now we're doing the house redesign, which is way better, so let's just get started. So we're going to start with making the layout for it, which is actually not that hard to make. So we're going to start with the layout of the outside. So we are going to go that way. I'll count the blocks. So you're going to go out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 blocks for the beginning. And then right in the middle of it, I think right here, we're going to break a spot, and that's where the door will be. And now we're going to go this way, out that way, 4 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to do the same on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we're going to go out this way 8 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not counting this one, by the way. And then we're going to go out 8 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the front of the house will have a layout like this, pretty much. So not counting this one, I think we're going to go out this way like 24 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20, 22, 23, 24. So it's not like that. And then on this side, we're going to do the exact same thing. So 24 out that way. And now we're just going to connect them together. And what I like doing for the first floor, we're going to make the layout for the inside with cobblestone. So we're going to start out by making the first room. So we're going to go out 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. But break the second one because that's where our door will be. Then we're going to go out all the way to right here. And then we're going to put that back right there. And then we're going to put a small hole there again for the other door. And now from here we're going to bring this all the way over to the end like this. But then we're going to go out 6 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then right here we're going to break a little spot there again. 2 blocks again this way. So right here we're going to go out 8 this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we're going to bring that out to there. So that's that side done. Now let's do this side. So for this side we're going to go out 4 here again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Break this one for the door. And then move that in all the way over here. And then that's basically it. But we got to make a spot for like the basement as well. In the normal game it's like 90 degrees. So it goes up. Then it goes up again this way for the second floor. I think that's called like a landing. But I don't really know how to do that and make it look good. So we're going to do it a little bit different here. So we're going to go out 4 here like that. Then go out 4 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to place some like this and leave a spot here. This will be the basement door. Right here will be the stairs going up. So this is basically the layout for this floor. Before we start making the walls and floor of it, we're going to make the porch thing right in front of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go out 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. And then we're going to bring it all the way over here. And bring it out here again. Okay, I actually messed up. Just fill that back in with planks. I forgot we're going to go out 4 more again. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then place the stairs right here. So it shouldn't be that difficult to do. And now we're just going to fill this in again. I'm going to time lapse again. And it should look something like this. And then now we are going to go right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this row. Then we're going to go out 8 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then bring that to here. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And now we're going to fill these in. I'm going to time lapse once again. So it should look something like this now. And now we're going to get our birch fences, and we're going to go out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. and do the same on this side. And we're just gonna go along the edge basically for the birch, and then do the same thing here. So it should look something like this in the end, like this. And now on each like corner, so this one, that, and these ones, not counting the ones next to the building like those ones and that one, we're gonna go up 3 more. So 1, 2, 3, and then we're gonna go up 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, like that. And then we're gonna do the same thing here. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. It looks kind of weird right now, but in the end, this is going to look a lot better. So now let's start with the rest of the first floor. So we're going to start with the walls. So basically, we're going to go on this edge, starting it off. And we're going to go up 5 with the smooth quartz block. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to go along right here, and then fill that in like that, and move it down to there. And then we're going to go out along. It's basically, we're just following the outside of the cobblestone, and anytime there's a corner, we're going to go down to it, but not the inside corners like these ones. And for this spot specifically, actually, we are going to bring it out to these areas so that we could put roof over it and actually make this part look nicer. And then we're just gonna put it like that on this side. So this is what the front should look like so far, and now we're gonna bring that around here basically. So it should look something like this now. And now we're gonna get red concrete, and anywhere in between these spots we're just gonna place in red concrete. Not in this area though, like on the cobblestone in between quartz. This is going to take a while once again, so once again I'm going to time lapse. Also forgot to mention, right here we're going to place it like so. There's 2 block tall right here, and that's the walls done right there. So what I'm going to do is place an oak plank right here, and then we're going to get a dark oak door and put it right there. I like facing it to the right like this. So now before we actually start the inside, let's place in our windows. So there's actually windows right here, like right there and right there, but I'm not going to place any there. Our first set of windows are right here. We're going to place it like that right there. Then along here, so we're going to go out 3, so 1, 2, 3, and there will be another window like that. And then our next window is right here, so we're going to go out right here, and then 1, 2, 3, and place in another window like that. And then right over here is our next one. We're going to place in one right in the middle of this room. Then along here we're going to place one right here, like 3 away. Then on the complete opposite side of the room we're going to do the same thing, 3 away. And then we're going to place a window like that. So now we can start the inside. So what I'm going to start with is placing the walls in. So we're going to place red concrete along all of the cobblestone here. So now we're going to start building our floor in. Before we start filling the floor, actually, I did forget to mention that if you want to, I like doing this, but I'm going to place a door right here, which leads back to this room, just so this side doesn't just end there. So there's 2 doors into this room, which is going to be the security room later on. Basically, our floor, it's going to be all oak planks, so it's going to look like this throughout, except this room, which is going to be made out of prismarine. So it's going to look like this instead. So oak right there for all of it, except that room, which is going to be prismarine. So let's just fill this out. And that should be it. But for this room as well, I'm going to fill it with oak, but normally this would be the basement. And if you wanted to make it a basement, you would get stairs and then probably put them right here. But I'm just going to make it a little spot under the stairs. Now what we're going to do, let's place in our doors. So now we're going to place in our doors. So here's what I like to do. When you go in, we're going to place our first door like here. I like facing it to the right again. Then a door here, but face it to the left this time. Then when you're in here, here's the security room. Face it to the right. You don't have to face it the ways I'm doing it, but I think it looks best the ways I'm facing them. So right here, the bathroom, because this is going to be a bathroom, as you can see from the floor. It's going to face to the right. And then for the basement, it's going to face to the right again. And then finally for this security room, it's going to face to the left. So this is what it should look like in the end. Before we start the ceiling, because we're going to do the ceiling next, we're going to make the stairs leading to the second floor. So all you need to do is place the stairs like that, and then place upside down stairs as well. And then we're going to place more stairs here. And we're going to keep repeating this process until the stairs reach the quartz. And now the stairs should reach the quartz like this. And then we're just going to place oak here. And also right on the first step, we're going to face up at the quartz and then place in a stair like that. And then bring out 2 more. So you go down like this basically. And now we're going to fill the rest of this ceiling with oak planks. So here is what it should look like after you've done this. So now what we're going to do, we're going to start adding the decorations inside. So let's get to that. But first, it's very dark here, so let's add some lights. But I'm not going to use torches or lanterns or anything like that. I'm going to actually use a cool command, which is /give your name. So I'm going to do my name, light. And then you'll get the light item. And you can just place that anywhere like that. And it'll make light. So what I like doing is I like putting it in that corner. And this one. And there. And there. So the corner of this middle spot. And then directly in the middle. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then right there. So I'm going to do the same thing here. So in the corners like that. And then right there. So let's do the same thing here. And that looks good. It's a lot brighter. So now we're going to go inside. So this is our first room, very dark. So let's start by adding some lights. So I'm going to add them in the corners of the room. And then directly in the middle. So that looks better. So this is the mud room. So I'm just going to add some nice decorations that I think would make it look better. So I'm going to use spruce stairs, spruce slab, flower pot, torch flower, corn flower, heavy weighted pressure plate, painting, and lime carpet. So we're going to start off by putting in a little shelf like that. It should look something like that. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing right here. And then right in this side, we're going to do another one. But we're going to do 3 right on top of each other. So it should look something like this. This is going to be a shelf. We're going to put stuff here. So we're going to put a flower pot there and right there. I'm going to put a torch flower in this one and a corn flower in this one. You could use any flower basically, but I'm going to use these 2 for this room. Then I like putting a heavy weighted pressure plate next to it, so it will look like that basically. And now I'm going to add some carpet. So I'm going to add lime carpet right here. Actually, I think the middle would look better, so something like this should look good. And you know, I'll extend it on each side. So this is what the carpet looks like. And I think right in the middle of it, so right these 3, I'm going to put another shelf. So it should look like this basically, if you want to copy mine. Now we're going to add some painting. So I'm going to add one right there. And our next painting is going to go right there. And one can go here. Maybe I could put one right here. That looks good. You know, I'm going to move this one right here. And I think this is good for this room. So we're completely done with this room. You can customize it however you want. You don't have to copy mine. But let's head over to the next room. So the next room is right here. It's just this long hallway. Let's start by adding some light. So we're going to start with putting the lights in the corner again. And this time, since it's very long, the middle won't work exactly. So we're going to do a third of it or something. So it is, how many blocks was it? I think 24. But in the middle, inside it'd be 23. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then maybe we'll put, yeah, we're going to put a light right here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put a light here. And then it should be just 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So I think, yeah, this is good for the lights in here, I think. And now we're going to add some decoration. So this hallway is basically just random stuff, basically. It's kind of just more decoration, like shelves and things like that. So let's get started with it. So I'm going to start with a shelf right here. And maybe I can add some of these here. And then put another one right there, and I'm gonna put a shelf here, and maybe I'll put another one here. I think this looks good. Then right across from it, I'm gonna just put another table, and then right across from this one I'll put another table. So it should look something like this if you're copying mine. And at the back I think I'm gonna put another shelf. I'm not decorating it exactly like the actual game. If you want to do that, you can. I'm doing my own style. That's kind of in the actual game though. I remember there is like a shelf back here. I think in the old version this actually used to be locked, and that moved to right here or something like that. But we are putting it like the classic, basically, kind of. I think it's still like that anyway. Now we're gonna decorate the room again. So I think for the tables we're gonna kind of do what I did here, which was flower pot, then a flower, and then pressure plate next to it. So let me do that. So I put the flowers in. I got this one, I got this one, and this one here. And now I'm gonna add some carpet. So I'm thinking of using purple carpet, cyan carpet, and yellow carpet for mine. So I'm gonna start with purple carpet, and that will probably go right here, across here. And then I'll do cyan. I'll put that right here, and then I'll put yellow right here, and I'll put one more here actually. I decided that I'll be doing green carpet for the last one. I think this looks good. Now we're going to be adding some paintings once again, so I'm going to start by putting one right in the middle of these, and then our second one will probably go maybe right here. Next up, I'll say right here maybe, and next one can go right here probably. I think that looks good. The one will go right there. I'm gonna make it one we haven't gotten yet for the room. So yeah, this is good. And I think this is good for this room. So now let's get to this room, which is the security room. Obviously we're gonna start with the lights, so let's just place them in the corners and then in the middle. So what I'm gonna do is, this is not like the actual game. In the actual game it's like all along here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a stair right here, then put slabs all the way to the end, and then I'm gonna make two more here, and then another stair like this. So this is the style I'm thinking of. And I'm gonna put some black terracotta right here. So this is gonna be the screens. Put an item frame in, and then glass panes and put them in like that. And then now we're gonna get levers, place them on top. So this is gonna be the screens. And then right here I'm gonna put in a painting, and I'll do the same for this side. And then I have blue carpet, and we're just gonna put that in the middle right here. And I think this is it for the security room. Not much, but I think it works. And now we are going to be moving on to the big room, which is this area. Also, I forgot to mention we're going to have an area kind of like blocked off here. We're going to go out 4 right in this corner. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to put a block right here of cobblestone. Then go out 4 like that. And then in here. This is going to be nothing. It's just to make it look nicer in my opinion. You can put whatever you want in this little spot. And then we're going to fill this up with red concrete. Maybe you can make like a cool elevator or something like that. If this goes up to somewhere like that matches it. But I don't know exactly. Guess we'll have to wait for the next part. And now we're going to place in our lights. So we're going to start with the corners here. And then put in the top one there. And then what I like doing is putting one right there and right here, and then I like putting one here and right there, and then middle of all of that. So I think right there, and then we're gonna do the same thing in this corner, and then finally we're gonna put some in these corners, and then this last one is gonna go right here, I think. So I think right here it's gonna go like that, and that's all the lights in this room. Actually no, there's more. It's right here, so it should look like this basically. So this is by far the biggest room we had yet, and let's start with this little spot right here. And this little corner right here is kind of what we've always been doing so far. We're just gonna have a little shelf here, or like a table, and we're gonna put a flower there, and then pressure plate as like a plate, I guess. And then we're just going to put a painting right here, same as usual. And then I'll also put a painting there. So that's basically it for this little spot. Now let's move on to this middle area. So we're gonna need spruce fence, white carpet, and spruce stairs, but we're also gonna need something invisible, so we're gonna get barriers. So like light, we're gonna do give, then our name, and then just write barrier. So we should have barriers now, and they basically just act as invisible blocks. So we're gonna go out 3 here at this corner. So 1, 2, 3, then in 2. So 1, 2. Place this right there. Then go out 2 again. 1, 2, right there. 1, 2, right there. 1, 2, right there. Then in between that, we fill that in with barriers. Then we put white carpet on top of all of it. So now this just looks like a table. And then at every side, we just place in stairs to act as the seats. So I'd say this looks pretty good. And now let's move on to this corner, which is like the kitchen basically. So we're gonna start with the fridge. So not too complicated, the fridge. So we just go up with 2 white terracotta, then we place an iron door like that, and then right here next to it we're gonna place a cauldron, put some water inside, and put a tripwire hook above it as a sink. Another table, but don't worry, it's not flour and pressure plate again. Now we're gonna place an iron block and then an item frame. Then we'll place a glass pane in it, and then add a button on the side. And now the complicated part. So for this, we're gonna need minecart with hopper, birch trapdoor, iron trapdoor, rail, campfire, piston, stone brick stairs, and block of redstone. So we're gonna start with campfire. So we're gonna place 2 like that, and then we're gonna place birch trapdoors and flip them up like that. Now we're gonna place any block there, because then we're gonna place our rails on top, put the minecarts on top, destroy them, and they should fall like that. And now we're gonna get iron trapdoor, place it so it's like this at the bottom side right here, then put a piston in above like that, then use redstone to activate them, and they should be in there like that, and it looks pretty cool. And now finally with stone brick stairs, we're gonna place 4 like that, just so it doesn't escape. And that's all for this kitchen side. And then you can add paintings here or whatever you want, and I'll add some paintings. So I'm gonna put a painting right here. So yeah, I think that looks good. And then maybe we could, no, actually I think 1 is good right there. And finally for this area we have the living room, so let's get started with it. So to start it off, we're gonna go right here. I think right here is good. So in the middle of the window we're gonna go out 3. So 1, 2, 3. Place a stair to the side like that. Place another one here, and then another to the side. So this is our couch, and then right across from it we're gonna place in another table, black terracotta, iron frame, glass pane, and then a lever on top, and that's gonna be our TV and our couch. Actually, no, wait, it's gonna go right here, so 5 away from the wall, like that. And there we go. Also, maybe you can put like a flower next to it. I'll put that right next to it, and we're gonna add paintings later on. But now we're gonna add a fireplace, like right here. I think in this spot, it's going to be up and over like this. And then we're gonna replace this spot with another rack. Put fire charts there, and then get 2 bricks like that. And I like putting 2 flower pots, and I'll put these ones in there. So it should look something like this maybe. And then I'm gonna add carpet here and some paintings to make it nicer. So right here I'm gonna add a painting. There we go. And then I think right here as well, not the same kind though. And which one? I think that's good. And then I'll put a painting right here. I think we already have that kind. Yeah. And there we go. And I think it's across from this one. Yeah. And finally, we're gonna add blue carpet right here. And that should be this living room area completely done. And now we're gonna move on to this room, the bathroom. And we're gonna start off with the bathtub. So we're gonna need smooth quartz stairs, smooth quartz slab, water bucket, black stained glass pane, and tripwire hook. So what we're gonna start with is, I think we're gonna put it, actually no, there isn't, we're not gonna put a window here. I don't think there's actually a window there. Well, also we need lights obviously, so let's do that first. So we're gonna put it in the corners like before, and then in the middle facing up like this. And then we're gonna go out in this spot, we're gonna go out I think 4, so 1 2 3 4. Then we're gonna go out 2 more, 1 2, and then bring it back like that. And then this middle part we're gonna use slabs. And now we're gonna get water and fill in the entire thing, and then get tripwire hook, place one there and there. So that's like this is like the shower one, and then this is just running the bath, I guess. And then we're gonna get black stained glass paints, and then we're gonna bring it around like this, and then up here and around like that. This is basically just the shower curtain. And our next thing we're gonna add is the toilet. So we're gonna go right here and place a block, and then add like this one facing like that, and then put it back there facing like that. Put a block above it, and then we're gonna put like gray carpet right there, and a stone button on the side like that. You could put toilet paper here, but I don't really like how it would look next to the window, so I'm not gonna do it. You can do it if you want though. And finally, let's put in the sink. So we're gonna put a cauldron here, water bucket, and tripwire hook. That's it, just like the one in the kitchen. And also right here, we're gonna put in another shelf, and this is where you'd put towels and things like that. So this should be it for the bathroom. And now let's move on to the final room for today, which is the smallest one. And for this final one, we're going to be using spruce stairs, spruce slab, flower pot, cherry sapling, heavyweight pressure plate, brown circle box. You don't really have to use the cherry sapling, but I think it would look good here, so I'm going to use it. And also, I forgot, obviously light, as you can see, but also I'm going to use paintings. So let's start off by putting the light in here, and now let's put in our decorations. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a little table right here with the flower pot, my sapling, heavyweight pressure plate right there. I'm going to put the painting in right here, and then right here I'm going to put in some boxes that will look like this, and then one right there. And that's it for this room. And then we can go up here, and this will begin part 2. And that's going to be it for today's episode. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe, ring the bell to be notified when another video comes out. Leave a like if you liked the video. You obviously don't have to do all this if you don't want to, but if you want to, you can. Trying to get to 1.1k subs eventually. And yeah, that's all. Bye.